Martin Luther King Jr. holiday celebrates the life and legacy of a man who brought hope and healing to America. We commemorate as well the timeless values he taught us through his example. The values of courage, truth, justice, compassion, dignity.
Propped up on my left crutch like a one-legged flamingo, ready to take flight. Dangling, wrangling in my head. I am holistic, simplistic, certainly not materialistic. My disability is your prejudice, systemic injustice, your presumption
against his step-family, loved them and carried out the task diligently. On his way back from the stream, he met an old man resting under a tree who begged for water to quench his thirst. He gave the old man. He met an elderly woman who begged for water, and he gave the woman.
Look closer. See me. What do you see, nurses? What do you see? What are you thinking when you're looking at me? A crabbed old woman, not very wise, uncertain of.
I traveled down to Florida where the Dream Defenders were demanding justice for Trayvon Martin, who reminded me of a modern-day Emmett Till. I marched with the Ohio Students Association as they demanded justice for victims of police brutality. I watched in horror as Black Americans were tear-gassed in their own neighborhoods in Ferguson. Reminds me of the Klan, my grandmother said as we walked.
We stopped at what appeared to be a one-room apartment, in a strip of about 10 such apartments. I stayed in the car while a young boy, about 8, brought the gifts from my mother inside. We stopped at a trailer in a different park from our own, and an older man also took gifts from my mother.
Some years ago, I saw Lorraine Hansberry's play, Raisin in the Sun, and heard a passage that still haunts me. In the play, an African-American family inherits $10,000 from their father's life insurance policy.
As far back as I can remember, I've never known what it was like. I eat, of course, but without appetite. I feel absolutely nothing, not even distaste. I just eat. People often ask me, how do you manage to eat then? And I have to admit, I don't know.
I hope that this time next year, that when we're standing here, we're giving you a progress report on programs that haven't just been thought about, but have been put in place for homeless and near homeless students at Ferris State University. So if you're interested in helping with some of the thinking that goes into that, please contact my office. And if you're interested in doing some of the work that follows the thinking, contact my office.
It is good to dream, to love in dreams, to dream of a day beyond white supremacy. But those dreams remain only dreams unless we speak and act harshly. We need that kind of love. Not just tough love, but a truly harsh and dreadful love. But all that said, let's ease into this.
True pureness of spirit, to love so totally and truly. Ugly taught me more about giving and compassion than 1,000 books, lectures, or talk show specials ever could. And for that I will always be thankful. He had been scarred on the outside, but I was scarred on the inside, and it was time for me to move on and learn to love others more truly.
In the meantime, we can continue working for the changes we wish to see in the world. And if the young man from the park or the young brothers who decided to carve that word into my door, they show up anytime soon, this bull will be the first to welcome them home.
And all the strangeness and the glory and the power of life and of the city were below. Yours always, Tom.
And I remember the night as a magical night and the way the city looked. I always meant to go back there, but maybe it would be better not to, for things are never the same the second time.
For 4,000 days. Ronald Cotton came out of prison on June 30th, 1995, and I was afraid of him.
I could see that she was truly sorry. It was plain as day. If she could have gone back and turned the hands of time to change what happened, she would have.
But these soldiers are attending a final roll call. Handshakes with slight smiles, start to wonder of all the miles. Some were fun, some were not. but they dealt with all they got. One squad sits in the pew, this to pay their final due. One by one.
Far more important aspect of compassion is sharing not in others' suffering, but in their happiness and joy. My reasoning behind this conclusion is as follows. If we are solely motivated to put a stop to others' suffering, although that is a worthwhile and laudable goal in itself, people will
Thousands of refugees have risked their lives to cross the Mediterranean Sea to go to Europe. And he said in the interview, I quote, I'm not a politician, I'm an actor. I refer to myself as a humanitician. And all I want for myself, for my children, and for all the people all over the world.
The dream asks for more from us. The dream requires us to open our eyes. It asks us to have a vision for this world, to see where injustice lies, and to not turn away from what is difficult. It asks us to be deliberate in our vision, and to take the time to see the beauty that is diversity. We can do this. Again, not...
So this morning, as I look into your eyes, into the eyes of all my brothers in Alabama, Michigan, and all across America and all over the world, I say to you, I love you. I would rather die than hate you. And I'm foolish enough to believe that through the power of this love, somewhere men and women of the most recalcitrant bent will be transformed. And then we will be in God's kingdom. We will be able to matriculate into the University of Eternal Life because we've had the power to love our enemies, to bless those persons that cursed us, and to even decide to be good to those persons who hated us. And we even prayed for those persons who despitefully used us. Give us this strong determination. In the name and the Spirit of Christ we pray.